Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Yo. All right. What up? What up? What up? Yeah. Welcome in. We are going to be editing some photos. All right. So today, simple deal. We're editing. Yeah, it's locked. We're going to be editing photos. I took these pictures today on the campground. For those of you guys who don't know, today's stream is sponsored by Hideaway RV Park, your one-stop shop destination for if you want to park your RV somewhere, or if you don't have an RV, you need somewhere to stay, come check out Hideaway next time you're in Branson. Right now I'm helping with getting photos and let me see real quick, actually. Pretty much what's going on here is where website, let me see. All right. Your boy's thirsty. He's been outside all day. Let me show you what we're working with here, all right? Well, I always forget. I probably should be showing that. Hideawaybranson.com. All right. So I have a lady who's helping me out right now. She's kind of giving me some tips on how I can improve some of the stuff here, right? So that I can do my job better, essentially. And one of the issues that she was saying that she saw is that, let me see, she showed it to me like this. Do I have to just see search? No? All right, let's select. Wait, how come it's not? That's weird. All right, so you can see the computer now. Pull it over this way. I'll make it a little bit bigger right there. Okay, so yeah, like let's do this. Look, let's say I don't have a rig. I have no rig. That's weird. Save. Guest. It should, whoa, okay. It should show, oh, here we go. We have these, oh no, I know why. Okay. Well, let's try this date to this date. Okay. So we have some pictures here, but you see how this one says available, but there's no picture? That's the problem. That's the thing that we have to fix. So I'm going to make sure that all the sites have pictures. So this site right here, well, first of all, it doesn't even tell you what site it is, which I wonder if it should or not. And then this one also doesn't have a picture, but this one has a picture, thankfully. But it only has one picture, so eventually I'll go in and I'm going to fix that. And because yeah, see, that's the only picture. I mean, if you're gonna want to decide whether or not you're gonna stay here, yeah, you might look at the outside and you might say, hey, you know what, I'll try it. But you might also say, well, what does it look like on the inside? You're gonna be curious as to what it looks like on the inside. So I'm gonna fix that. But mainly right now, what we're fixing is the fact that right now, the only things that have pictures are a few of these sites. So for instance, let me make sure it doesn't, oh, this is site 11? Okay, I think this actually might not even be site 11. Well, anyhow, if it is, then, yeah, I don't know if it is or not. But either way, we're going to start having them have pictures. Again, I don't know if it is. It does say site 10 right there. I can't really, let's see, can we zoom in? No, we can't. I don't think that's site 11, honestly. Where that RV right there is at, I think that's site 11. So we're going to fix that today. So I already went ahead and took the liberty of downloading or putting all these pictures on the hard drive. And then I got to blur some of those out, license plates, and level some of these out. But I'll just kind of give you a quick little run through of what what these are. I might even need a map to remember some of these. There's my head there. It's got a little chill vibes going on in the back. Well, actually, let's not, because I might get in trouble for that. So there you go. I thought that was my head down there, but it was a camera, so I kept running back. So I took this picture like 20 times. Let's see, uploading. Okay, that's another site. I already know which one that is. All right, so anyway, so let's go. Let's import these into Lightroom. I'm going to use Lightroom. I'm not going to use anything crazy. I don't want to use Photoshop because it's, you know, for those of you guys that do like hardcore extreme editing, the reason why I'm going Lightroom and I'm not going to be going Photoshop. Well, first of all, I don't want to do anything extreme with the editing. I want it to be honest, and I don't want it to be deceiving. So we're going to work on that being our the route that we go. Let me see, show in folder. Let's close this. Let me get the right folder up right quick. Hide away. Oops. Photos, sites. All right. I need to get my, eventually I need to get my, oops, wrong button. I want to get my, what is it called? Elgato, whatever that little button pad thing is. I got to get that in here. So, all right, here we go. So we're going to edit all of these pictures. I might even need to label them. I don't even know if I can. I'm pretty sure you could. Well, those aren't even. So that should be site 4. Where? Yeah, because I didn't take pictures of site 1, 2, or 3. I did take pictures of site 4. So let me get my little handy dandy map here. And then I don't know how I should write it down somehow. I want to be organized. So I want to make sure that we're organized and making sure that everything is, yeah. Because some of these sites, I will say, are a little in rough condition. And we're hoping to get them fixed up here soon. But the ones that are in really rough conditions, I didn't take pictures of because we're not even listing them on the internet, and I just figured there's not really a point to doing that. So first things first that I want to do is I want to do a little mask and see if I can blur something out here. So there we go, and then we'll just come in here and just do, where's the Gaussian blur at? The blur. Wait, does it not have a blur? Would it be this? No? Oh, it tells you what it is. How come I can't do Gaussian blur here? That's weird. Because it is right here, right? Oh, yeah, it is. That's weird that it's not letting me. Well, who knows? We might need to do this on Photoshop then. Or I can just edit it. Well, let's see. I want to be able to do it on here, to be honest. Blur amount. See, I want it to be to a certain area. Yeah, Lightroom I'm not the greatest at, I guess, as you can tell. What is this? How do we... Damn, I might have to do it in Photoshop. Chat, do y'all know how to do this? Adding a blur on Photoshop or on Lightroom? Damn, Lightroom. Okay. We might do that then. We might do that. So let's just go ahead and let's delete this. Let's just edit it. Unless it's in here. That's crazy. I mean, I know what these different things are, but the fact that it won't let me put a blur, that's weird. All right, so let's just kind of highlight some of these. I don't know, actually. Let me see. First of all, let's level it. That's good. I feel like let's go ahead and take, whoa. I will actually use a little bit of a linear blur on the top because that sun is hot. Hot. It's feeling hot. All right, right about there. Let's lower the exposure a little bit. Obviously, that's crazy. That's not bad. Again, nothing crazy, but I also don't want it to be distracting. So we're just going to lower that a little bit. We're going to come back here and let's kind of bring down the blacks just a hair. Let's punch the whites up. Bring down the shadows, the highlights. Give it a little bit of contrast. Nothing crazy. Let's give it a little bit of saturation. Actually, I like to use Vibrance. I've said this before in other streams. I like using Vibrance because, well, actually, that's kind of like Batman vibes. I like using Vibrance because saturation is a little bit heavy, and I don't really like that. So I'll even show you. So what did I have it at? I had it at 28 on Vibrance. Look at what happens if you go 28 on saturation. That's a lot. But if you go Vibrance, it's just a little bit. See, I'm like cranking that thing and it's barely going. But we'll go back kind of 28. I like that. And then boom, there you go. Nothing crazy. Again, this is just something I'm going to put on the website. I just want people who are going to be coming here. My thought process is this. You're going on the website and you want to know what your site looks like before you get here. You know what I mean? Just depending on what you're feeling like. If you're like ready to ball out and you want to get the nicest site available and you don't care money and thing, then yeah, go ahead and get some of these other sites that we have. I'm not even going to do any vignetting because I feel like that's just way too much. I don't know, or maybe I can go white. I've never really done white vignetting. I'll just leave it alone, honestly, and then boom, there you go. This one will get exported, and I'll put it into Photoshop. I'm gonna get rid of that license plate, and nothing crazy. Again, all we're trying to do here is just show people what the park looks like so that when they come to make a decision and when it comes time to make a decision on where they want to stay at, they know where to go. So let's go a linear grade again, and we're going to go kind of with the sun a little bit, lower that just a hair. I feel like that's pretty good. Now let's go in here. I don't want it to be too dark. Actually, I don't even think I want it to be dark at all because, well, crank the light. I'm going to lift the shadows actually because, like I said, I don't want people to think that. Or I don't know actually, because if I have shadows and I show the shadows, well, obviously not exaggerated, but it's like it says, hey, you're going to get shade here. You know what I mean? It shows the shade. So let's bring it down a little, just like that. Crank the whites up. I might just leave the shadows. Really bring in the highlights. Give it a little contrast there. Nothing crazy. One's pretty good. Give it some vibrance. And then there we go. We're shaking and baking, Ricky Bobby. And that's literally, this is site 5. So that's the site right next to it. All right. Next site. Let's just go ahead and level this up. So here in Branson, it's the Ozarks. So there's mountains here. And really our property, it kind of sits at a little bit of an angle because, it is kind of on like the side of a mountain. So that's kind of why I'm just trying to straighten these things out a little bit. But again, for anybody watching this, maybe you're trying to get some ideas to see what you're doing with your RV park, and you might just be, hesitant because I'm not gonna lie. This picture right here, this is why I'm bringing it up. I was a little hesitant, but you never know. Like if you price this right, like I said, you literally just think about it. This could be helping some family that might not be able to go to a bigger park, and they'll take this and they'll be happy with this because they get the opportunity to be at a destination and explore. Like for instance, this place. So yeah, I'd rather just be honest and say this is what it looks like. And not only that, but then documenting what your park looks like because you're obviously going to reinvest the money that you have. And I don't know, just having, to me, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be such a cool moment for me to come back and look at this and be like, yep, what we had was gravel and we fixed it up with gravel and some people were wanting to use it. And that's how we started, started from the bottom. Now we here. And it's always good to document, you know what I mean? You can look back. It's like when you have kids, you take pictures of them when they're little kids, when they're like 4 years old, 3 years old, that good age. They go to college and then actually they go to college and you what do? You look back to where you started when they were little kids, right? You reminisce. Well, that's kind of this. And not only that, but look, when you're balling and your park's a stud muffin, 10 out of 10, I promise you, anytime anybody talks to you about your park, you're gonna want to brag about, bro. You think this? You should have seen it. You'll take pride in it, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I want to talk about how it used to be. That's just our human nature, You want to brag about, uh, where you started from. So there you go. We'll do that. And we'll lower the exposure of the sun a little bit so it doesn't kind of take away from, oh, that's what's causing that to do that. Okay. And again, I'm not trying to get crazy with it. I could easily come in here and brush out some of these trees so that you see how when I lower the exposure, it really kind of gets dark. We lose the details and it's not too realistic. I don't really want to do that. I really, honestly, it almost acts like kind of a little bit of a vignette on the picture, and I just want to focus more on the sights. And so that's the whole purpose of doing this. All right, so we're just going to straighten this out. And if you're tuning in and you're watching and you're trying to figure out how to take pictures or what you can do, don't think that I know some of the sites were empty. And as we start going through some of the pictures that I take, honestly, I think that it's really good when you have people on your site so that you can actually see like, oh, okay, cool. Like this site, that's kind of like a Super Duty F-250 or like a Super Duty Ford truck. And you can kind of see like, okay, there's a road, and you can kind of understand and have an idea of how much room you're going to have there, right? So let's go ahead, and this tree's blocked it, so we're not going to do a mask, linear mask. We'll just leave it like that. I'll just kind of bring down some shadows here a little bit, nothing too much. 15 is a little overkill. Let's bump that white, bring some shadows in a little bit, highlight, give it some contrast, and then give it some of that vibrance. Bring some of that life into it. And then boom, next one. Again, I don't want to overkill it. I think the most important thing, honestly, when you're doing this is make sure that your photos are leveled. So just come in. I'm not leveling it myself. I'm just using the computer to make it best judgment and just level it. Even this right here, boom, just post it, put it up. You don't have to do this extra stuff that I'm doing with the linear, mask to lower the exposure of the sun. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'm just doing the extra steps because it's something that I love to do. I've always loved editing videos. I love editing photos. I just like doing this. And so I'm doing it. But if you're out there and you're like, God, Lee, is that really what I have to do as an RV park owner? Is I got to edit photos now? And because that's like another hat I got to wear? No. It's not. I'm pretty sure. Let me check real quick. I'm pretty sure you can go on your phone, on your iPhone. Now, I will say this. If you're starting out, definitely don't have to be doing all this if you're starting out. But if you got some money, dude, it won't hurt to hire some. If you don't want to do it, hire somebody. Hire somebody, have them come out, take professional photos. Somebody who loves doing this is going to take pride, kind of like what I'm doing. Let me see. Where's the edit button? Yeah, so on your, I don't know about Android, but on iPhones, you have the ability, look, let me pull this up. You have the ability to go into your phone and straighten out a video. So again, do you have to do it the way that I'm doing it? Absolutely not. I love doing it this way, but you do need pictures. So, and make sure at the very least that they're straightened out and that they're leveled. That's the only thing. Honestly, you'd be surprised. Sometimes I'll take pictures and people are like, wow, how do you take good pictures? And it's just because I went in post, just like how we did here, and I just, I straightened it out. And so it's just those little things that you got to do that kind of give it that nice, polished, professional look. So let me look. This one's done. Next. Come in here, straighten it out, edit it. The tree is blocking the sun, which is beautiful. We will lower some of these blocks, pump in some of that white, the light in there. And again, remember, for those of you guys that do edit videos, don't get moody with it, Really showcase, don't just start crushing your shadows and no, don't do that. Remember, people want to see it. Because if you start doing that, people are going to be like, whoa, start bringing those shadows down. I don't want to do that. I'm actually going to lift the shadows up a hair, give it a little contrast, because I want it to look honest. I want it to look, it's for the internet, right? So I want it to see like this picture right here. Wow, look at these guys. They're enjoying their little patio. They have a pretty big size looking rig. They have all their stuff, and they don't look crammed up in there, right? And so then we go to the next one. Same thing. Come in here. Auto level our picture. What site is this? This is site 9. Okay. And then, yeah, again, I'm going to come in and do a linear mask and kind of bring down some of that sunlight. Like that. Lower this exposure just a little so it's not too distracting. And it doesn't feel like it's blinding you. Even still, it looks a little crooked on this. No, actually, no, I see it now. Let's kind of bring these blacks down a little bit, crank up that white, raise the shadows, highlights, give it some contrast, blast a little bit of vibrance in there, and there we go. Next. And let's straighten this one out. And even this, look at this. This picture tells a lot right here. This guy has an RV, a truck, and a car. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big site there. You can see that it has a picnic table. It looks like back there there's like a little padded area. You can see the chairs. Look how far away he is from his neighbors. People want to see that. That's what people want to see. And then now this site is way more desirable. This site, honestly, and not only that, but maybe as an RV park owner, manager, or whatever it is that you're doing, you start to see that and you're like, you know what? I never really paid attention to that. And now you're like, whoa, then this site is pretty cool actually. So, because then you're going to see some of my other sites and it's, like they say in the Army, nut to butt. So there we go. Wait. There you go. All right. Then we're going to go next. Oops, wrong button. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you, again, for those of you guys that don't want to be editing pictures, just doing that right there, leveling everything, that's it. I could just say next and move on to the next one. But like I said, I personally do like doing this. I have an eye for this. There you go. Oops, wrong button. And you just got to play with it. Just play to your liking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go like, bring down the high, shadows and, crush the highlights and make it like a Christopher Nolan film. I don't want to do that. So again, I want to make it inviting. I want them to be able to see the site. I'm going to do a little bit of shadows here, just a little bit. Bring those highlights up, give it a little contrast. There you go. Punch those colors in there, really show kind of this time of the year what it's like. And then there you go. Auto level. The sunlight is blocking, or the tree is blocking the sun. Bring down some of these blacks, increase the whites. I might even bring the shadows up a little bit there. And then there she goes. Yeah, and to me, I don't know. This picture right here, I wish there would have been an RV on there because there's this kind of slope here, and you can't see it, and it's not telling that story with the photos. But I can easily write a note for myself and say, hey, next time there's a nice RV. And also, that's another thing too. Just get the pictures done. And then if you're like, oh man, I wish that there was then whenever you have some nice RV there, then that's when you go out there and take the pictures and you can update them. Wait, did I do that? And then you can go out there and update them. Right now, I just need pics, man. I need pics. Okay. Damn, actually this one right here, just like that, looks good. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes I impress myself. I will say that. All right. Bring those blocks down. Bring the whites up. This site is really nice, actually. If you ever come out to Hideaway Branson RV Park, Site 14, really nice because you can put your camper here, and then over here you have this whole pad to yourself to park your car or whatever you have. It's a really nice site, really is. Let's do that. Punch the colors in there. Wow, this is a nice, lovely, lovely site. And then here's me I took another picture just to kind of show that like you have this extra space added over here. And then I'll write a description too so that, they don't have to figure it out. This isn't a museum, you know what I mean? This isn't some artwork that they have to figure out on their own and tell me how they feel. No, I'll go ahead and just let them know. I'll tell them. I'll say, hey, look, you have extra room over here. And then like, oh, yay. All right, this has a little bit of sun popping in. Let's kind of get some of that and lower the exposure on that sunlight. Also, I don't have an ND filter for my camera. I just don't. I don't really care. Well, I do care, but I'm not balling, guys. So, all right, let's lower these blacks, increase the highlights, lower the shadows, do a little contrast. Oh, voila! Give it some color. And especially because right now we're getting that beautiful fall tree colors coming down. And I can't tell you right now how many people are coming through here saying how they are loving the leaves. And then we have Site 15, again, showing kind of like how much space you have. You got trees here. You got all this extra room, all for activities. And now that I'm thinking about it, so let's say where you're at right now, you're where the RV is at looking at me. Back over here, there's like there's like a swing set there. There's like campfire stuff. I'm telling you that because I think I should have took a picture of that actually. I think it would have sold it a little more. Pump that vibrance. Before, after, before, after. And again, this is kind of an example here where, yeah, I might not like the setup of what's here, but it's what I got, So when this person carries it on and on his travels, I can go back in there, I can take pictures again, and I can update them. So, and that would probably be something that I might want to put on my notes, like, hey, you know what? Make sure that when these guys leave, let's take the pictures again. Wait, did I straighten that out? No. I got lost in translation. This one did, okay. Yeah. And so, because I honestly think that something is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. So let's go ahead and that's where we're at, kind of dark. Bringing in some light. On to the next side. Oh, yeah, let's see. Let me see which one of these I do like. Honestly, I'm going to delete that one. Delete that one. Now I'm just getting kind of trippy. And then I'm going to delete this one. I think this one has the best focus. So we're going to go with this one. Let's level it. And now I got the sun to my back, so there's no really need to like do a linear mask to it. So we'll kind of get some of this. And this is a real nice site. You can see a lot of trees. You kind of have a picnic table here. We'll increase the whites. I don't want to drop the shadows. Bring the highlights. And then give it some lighting. Honestly, another thing to do, if you had the software too, I wonder what would happen if I just hit auto. Yeah, see? You might even just do that, honest. Actually, I might. No, that's lazy. Because now that kind of defeats the whole purpose of what we're doing here today, I think. Auto. Oh, yeah, honestly. Honestly, yeah, no. All right, I'm gonna do you guys a favor. If you're a RV park owner, you could even just do that. Look at that. Boom. Hit auto. Come in here. Auto level. Because again, like I said, I know there's probably going to be some photographers out there that are rolling in their grave, but we just need a nice, beautiful picture of, that's right, of our campground. You know what I mean? Dude, you could honestly start a business doing this. Just go out there, take pictures, come into Lightroom, pay for Lightroom, hit auto level, and then that's it. Oh, wow. Straighten that out. Hit auto. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the thing I like about this too is it makes it look like iPhone pics, honestly, which people love those. I gotta blur this license plate out. Oh wow, I like this auto stuff. Hit auto. Especially because even if the argument would be that if you're a photographer or something like that, and you're like wanting to, I don't know, if you had an opinion about you're taking pictures of RV sites, guys. You know, we're not saving the world here. This isn't something that's going to go on the cover of a magazine. These are RV sites. Auto. Boom. This helps so much. Literally, so today I went and I got the measurements for all the sites here, actually. I got all the measurements for the sites with the roller, and then I went and took the pictures. And honestly, I'm so tired that's another thing. I don't care if I'm just gonna do auto. These guys are really nice. They booked today, and they have a really really nice setup. Honestly, I was gonna put them on a different site, but I was worried that they weren't gonna be able to fit their trailer in their car, so I gave them this site, and they were happy. I might have to go in there and ask them for a Google review. Ain't no shame in my game. All right, let's go auto, and then we'll take that one into Photoshop as well. And and this is another one that's going to have to get Photoshopped. Auto. Yeah, I mean, these are coming along. Oh, these are coming along. Okay, that's straightened up. Hit auto. Like I said, as an RV owner, it's too easy. There's no reason why you're not getting this done. There's no reason why you're not getting it done. This is a really nice spot, honestly. I like the spot. And I mean, now we're literally breezing through these, breezing through them. Oops, wrong button. All right, there we go. Now these were the sites I was telling you about. You know, some of these sites are a little bit closer, but you know, hey, so honestly, believe it or not, even though they are kind of close, people love these sites. These are pull throughs. They're pretty easy to park when you got a big rig. And I mean, you might be close to your neighbor, but you got a lot of room from the front to the back. Oh, and these are another kind of group of people that are really nice. Oops. Let's hit auto. Their slide got stuck when they came in here and they couldn't figure it out. And they were so afraid that they were gonna have no bed. So I was over there helping them out, push the slide out just so that they had somewhere to go. Because that would suck. All right. And that's RV life. Sometimes your rig breaks down or something happens and you got to get it fixed. Oh, we're going to get done. We're almost done, actually. I wonder if I could hit auto on all of them if I don't have to. I kind of like doing this, though, to be honest. There we go. There we go. I might even go back on the pictures that I edited myself and just auto it. What's HDR? Oh, that's her. Okay. That's squared. Oh, good for me. Nope, never mind. All right, we're almost done here. Look how easy, I mean, for real, look how easy it is. There's no excuse to not have pictures on our websites. I know we have some, but there's no excuse to have them all. Well, now we do have them all. All right. Yeah, that's not bad. Damn, I was off on that one. Yeah, this one's bad. Yeah, that's real bad. All right, let's go auto there. This one's also, again, you know what? I was getting tired at this point, and I'm going uphill too, by the way. So, to my defense, all right, auto, and there we go. Now we got them all done. Now let us go through. And man, there has to be, let's ask ChatGPT. Did I minimize it? There has to be. I don't want to have to send these to, oops. Oh, well, let's go here. How to mask, wait, no, I need to go ChatGPT. Chat. How to mask Gaussian blur in photo. Oh, wait, no, Lightroom. God, please tell me there is. That stumped you? Okay, so open photo, you want to edit, go to develop module or edit, click on mask icon. Create a mask, select subject, select sky, brush, blah, 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 blah. Add the blur in the mask panel. Scroll down to effects section. I didn't have that. I did do that. Oh no, I need to add another mask. The effects section? No, it's not there. Why would you, wait, yeah, so the mask, down in the effects section, adjust. If you don't see lens blur, update light, oh, there you go. Okay, let's save this. File. I mean, it should be up to date, I feel like. Adobe, where are you, Adobe? It's one of these. Maybe not. Let me see. General. What if I did like. That's still not enough. Honestly, that's not bad. Let me see. No, you can still kind of see it. I feel like you could still see it. How do we zoom in? Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to just do it and let's see. So let's go here. This is why I think this is crazy. Wait, edit in Photoshop. Just having to switch the file over and stuff like that is going to be a headache. Okay. We're right on track, honestly. I was hoping this was only going to take an hour, and we're rocking and rolling. Whoa, did it close? No. Because once we get these things blurred out, let's see, add a mask. Oh, no. Oh, okay. New layer, mask. Mask. All right, let's just do. Well, you know what? I don't want to do paintbrush. I'm gonna go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We'll crank that puppy all the way up. Why is it not? Why is it not adding the map? That's why. Oh wait, no, that's not what we want to do. Why is it doing that? To be honest with you, no, let me do this real quick. Mask. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Oh wait, I need it there. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Alright, let me just delete that. Now we're getting difficult here. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Okay. And then for my next trick, I am going to duplicate the layer. I'm going to create a mask like this. Mask. Oh wait, let me do this. Create a mask. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Okay. It's still... What? Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to put you under there. And now we should be able to do this. Create a mask. There we go. That was so... I don't know what the hell was going on there, honestly. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little rusty. Yeah, that's definitely good. All right, done. I'm actually rusty. Okay, and then we'll hit save. Wait, where is it going to save these to, actually? Let me export. Export as JPEG. That sounds good. And then let me go to this hard drive, photos, here. A new folder called exports. Save. Now we're going to go to Lightroom. Make sure. So what I'll do is so here's what we'll do. That one won't get exported. These ones that don't have people's license plates will get exported. Oh, there you go. There's the license plate right there. Let's export these back into that folder. And then we'll export them to, wait, what? That's weird. Did I send it to the right spot? Photos, sites. Yeah, I did. Whoa, what the heck? Let's go list, export. No, I didn't. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, caramba. All right, let's go back to this. Export. I have no idea where I just sent it to, but I eventually will find it. I will find it. I will have it. I have a set of skills. Oh, I sent it there. Well, then we'll fix that. And then this one, we'll open it in Photoshop so we can blur that that license plate. And this time, hopefully, it's not going to be so difficult. All right, we're almost done. Edit in Photoshop. There we go. Is this the same one? Yeah. Wait. Let's zoom in here. Duplicate layer. Sure. I don't really care what you call it. Wait. No. Create mask. And then we'll come here, make this have a filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Really hit it hard. And wonder why that didn't work. What the? That's so weird because when I hit mask, it's there. I see it. Let's just delete that. There you go. A little piece of me doesn't like those lines being that hard, and I kind of want to soften it up a little bit. Oops, wrong one. See if I can. Nah, that's kind of overkill, honestly. It's a little overkill. Well, what if I did do a little overkill? And then, nah, let's just leave it. My heart says no. Okay. Now let's export this to export as. Export. Make sure that it's there. Go back to Lightroom. Come here. And just, I think visually. So there we go. These two, let's export that. And then open the other ones in, I'm just going to do small, honestly. Photos, sites, exports, export. Go to this one. We'll open this one up in Photoshop. And we'll do the same thing. We'll blur out the license plate. Why is it? Do you think that it's doing it that way? Duplicate layer. I don't understand why it's doing it like that. We'll go in here. We're just going to edit this little piece there. Mask for layer. We'll come here. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. The same blur. Come up. No, it's still doing the same thing. I don't get that. That's so bizarre. But if I have that blur, I come in here. Let's go with white on the color. Gradient over. We're gonna go with white. That's weird. All right. And then let's export this. Export as. Export to, yep, that's good. And we got some more. We got a couple more. Wait, no, edit in Photoshop. Oh, this is honestly, and this is kind of like a little lesson here. Maybe next time I might not, because they're saying, "Hey, do you want me to move the car?" I was like, "Nah, it's all good. I'll edit it in post." All right, let's do it the way that I think it's gonna work. There we go. Add a mask. Bring it up. Yeah. All right. Whatever. I guess I got to do it in a certain order. That's weird. 'Cause no, I haven't had to do that before. But again, I will say I'm a little rusty. I love Photoshop. I'll never forget the first time I had a class in high school and we were learning how to do Photoshop. And I was like, dude, how do you get paid to do this for work? Well, I still haven't figured that out. All right, so edit in Photoshop. We'll blur theirs out. Duplicate layer, duplicate layer, duplicate layer, blur, Gaussian blur. Why does it have to be that color? Come down, zoom in, blur, mask. There we go. Okay. File. I think we only have a couple more of these to do. Export. Export as. Yep, to that file. Okay, let's go Lightroom. Next picture. All right, now. So, okay. Let me put that right there so I can keep track. So that one doesn't need it. That one. Oh, here we go. That one does. So where are we at right here? So these two can get exported. A small JPEG to there. That's right. I'm going to come here to this one, open it up in Photoshop, edit in Photoshop, and then maybe that's the last one. And by maybe, I mean I really think that's the last one. Okay, unlock. But you know, after you get kind of, you know, you know what you're doing, and you kind of you breeze by it, honestly. Gaussian blur, yep. Bring it down here. And yeah, I probably could have honestly done it a lot cleaner, but I'm kind of done for the day, you know? I'm working a little overtime, but that's okay, because then tomorrow all I can do is just sit here. I can probably come back and live stream again tomorrow and then just upload these pictures, and then there you go. Lightroom. All right, now let's go here. I'm pretty sure. No! I thought that was the last one. It's okay. Export. Go here, edit in Photoshop, now for sure this is my last one. No, it's not. Probably not. Too good to be true. Duplicate layer. Wait. Gaussian blur. Filter. Blur. Gaussian. Max. Come here and blur that out. Make it the mask. There we go. Now export this. But you know, when you think about it, would you rather do this or would you rather be on a roof having to lay shingles? The answer is I'd rather do this. All right, so let's go here. Nothing. Oh, that one's not that. Oh, yeah, no, it's there. Oh, my God. This is a double whammy. It's okay. It's okay, because we're at the end of the tab, so we are almost done, though. That is for sure. Edit in Photoshop. Because what I don't want is people to see it on their website and then be like, hey, what the heck? What are you doing? How dare you? Now the government knows where I live. Now the government tracks me. All right, but we're almost done though. We'll add a mask there, and then add a mask there. Oh no. Okay. You think I don't know how to fix that? Oh wait. Yeah, 0. Oh no 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 no. Thank goodness for. That's easy. So if you gotta do 2, you just make another duplicate. You Gaussian blur it. You put it down there. You make your box. Mask. There you go. How does he do it? That was my Jerry Seinfeld voice. I don't think it was accurate, but I was trying to. If you go back and you watch the tapes, it might sound a little like Jerry Seinfeld. All right, so we got another one here. Edit in Photoshop. You see, and this is why I was saying, this is why I wish I could have done this in Lightroom. Because this is the back and forth. Golly. Duplicate layer. But again, I'd rather do this and lay shingles. Blur, Gaussian blur, max it. Bring it down here so I can see what I'm doing. Cover that up. Mask that. Bring this back down. No. Bring this back down. File. Export. Export as. Export. Save. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's fine too. That's also fine. Honestly, those little ones, I'm not going to sweat those. So from here to here, let's export those. Photos, small, export, and then we're done. That only took 1 hour and 4 minutes. So now, tomorrow, I have pictures that I can upload to the website that maybe are a little bit cleaner, a little more polished, a little more honest. But you know what? Honesty goes a long way. So we got that done. And now I can close this. Close this. I'm going to save these because I don't want to do that again. Save. Save. I'm gonna have a few of these to do. It should just let me save all, but oh well. And then once we're done with saving all this stuff, I'm just gonna go through in the file and just kind of look at them and see what we have. But oh man, that probably could have ended up taking a longer time had I probably edited myself. Auto really just came in clutch and saved the day, honestly. And voila, that's them right there. Oh yeah, I'm happy with these. These are really good. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll take this hard drive, I'll put it on the work computer, I'll upload them, and then we will have. I already did the hard part's done. So I went out, measured everything, I took the pictures, I edit them, and now it's just uploading them, which probably will take another hour or so, and then yeah, go from there and see what we got going on, see how we can improve, see how we can make this park a little bit nicer, a little bit better. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Eric from Hideaway RV Park here in Branson, Missouri. If you guys ever have any questions, you guys want to come check out the park and hang out maybe, or just come to Branson, check out hideawaybranson.com and book your stay. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one.